Hi everyone, it's Andy from Ice from the Mosh here with Stevie Nimmo. Welcome.
Hello, good to meet you, man.
Yeah, you too. Now, you just arrived today?
Got here about 20 minutes ago.
Really? Straight over?
Yeah. We were over in Sheffield last night playing a show, so did a little bit of the drive last night, stayed over in a hotel, and then blitzed it today. A bit surprised how far across we had to come and how remote the place is.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those, it's a great festival, but for bands coming in the middle of tours, and like you said, because you're at Sheffield last night, because we're from Manchester, so from us, it depends which way you come, but you're still coming an hour to Manchester, and then you've got another 3 hours.
That's the one, yeah. Well, we came across from Glossop. We'd stayed over in Glossop, and then we drove across. Right. Everything was going to plan, and then we missed a turn because we were talking about some rubbish, and ended up at that place in Wales with the longest name of any train station in the whole world. Whatever I'm not even going to try and pronounce.
No, I won't even bother.
Clongogogog.
Yeah, it's that land go compare.
Yeah, that's the one.
So, how are things then on the tour?
Doing all right. This is the third night.
Yeah.
We've did a handful of shows in the last few weeks. A couple of festivals, Doncaster and Norwich. Yeah. Where Wilco Johnson was headlining, which was great. Feel Goods were on last night, I believe, and it's some good fun there. So it's a brand new project. So we got stuck into it this weekend. That's two nights have been great. You know. So tonight will be fantastic fun.
So you're looking forward to it?
Oh yeah. Well, we have fun. You know, the music, of course, the music's important, but we have fun as well. You know.
Well, it's one thing. I sometimes sound like a broken record in my own head when I say it, but we do this for the love of it. Yeah. Because it's a hobby. You have to enjoy it. Yeah.
If you don't enjoy it, it comes through.
Exactly. And I think it's one of those, especially as an artist on stage. For me, they just can go. I'm not watching an interview. For you, they're there. They want to make a point. Of it all. You know, so it's a new project for you. It's kind of like trying to sell yourself. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which I'm not the best at doing, but unfortunately you have to do it. You know, but it's one of those
it's
things.
got to let people know what you do. You know, and then get them to come out and watch it. And hopefully, I've always been a big advocate of you can talk something up as much as you like, but if you don't deliver it when push comes to shove, then you may as well disappear. And we always try and deliver.
So, with it being a new project, which I don't like going down the specific genre route. What would you say in a nutshell would be
the type of music?
Yeah.
Well, everything I do is going to be based in blues because I've grown up playing blues and all that kind of thing. But there's also been rock on that. I mean, my biggest influences are Thin Lizzy, Free, Bad Company, Whitesnake, early Whitesnake.
Awesome.
I mean, that is my kind of music, you know. And then Fleetwood Mac, Peter Green, and all that kind of thing. So and then the blues guys. So what I'm doing now is all of that's in there in the guitar playing. You know, and then I do like to write a song, so I try not to just bombard with guitar. I like to have a bit of songwriting in there as well. So
the bands you mentioned, it fits in with blues 100%.
Well, exactly.
Because it's the blues rhythm section, shall we
say?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So it's just, I mean, I've just had an interview with the guys who just finished stage on the blues stage, and they play more groove blues. Yeah. And for me, I don't know, traditionalists. I taught myself on the 12 bars. Yeah. That's how you do it. Yeah. You record yourself doing a bit of 12 bars and then you ad-lib over it. Yeah, and it's just the way it goes. And again, the bands you mentioned have all done that.
They all started out that way.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, Eric Clapton was a big influence on me.
As well.
And when you listen to the back catalogue and the way they all play, might not be the biggest hit, but you can just hear the blues. Yeah. And it's an underrated, very much underrated genre.
Do you know what the problem is you find with playing it for so long, you know, is people have this kind of stereotypical idea of the blues. You know, it's the old black guy sitting on the porch stomping his foot. You know, I don't particularly like that.
No, because it doesn't fit in with the way things.
It's moved on. You know,
it's how's best to put it so I don't get myself shot.
Don't worry about it. I'd say things all the time.
It was always considered to be peasant music. Yeah. The rhythm and blues. It was always one of those that was played on plantations and going around. Yeah. The big wigs would never let it be heard anywhere else. Yeah. So I don't think now things have moved on because we're still the peasant side of music. Yeah. It's that underrated music. Musicianship is like jazz. Yeah. Musicianship there's so many fusions and things with the jazz and the blues scene. Yeah. So the musicians are out there. Just don't get any recognition. Yeah, there's a lot of it. There's a lot of good players out there, you know, and like you said, but it doesn't get good press. You know, the blues is it's a specific
kind of area of music. I mean, you walk into any music store if there are any left, you know, and you find the blues section, and it's kind of that's it. You know,
well, they put it all as the R&B section, and there's no way you can amalgamate the two.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no hybrid I know of that brings in that sort. No. That's just a complete.
That's a funny one, you know. But I mean, I love blues music. I love the feeling of blues. To me, it's about feel. You know, that's to me. The word blues to me says feel. You know, if it's music that you play and you feel it and you do it for real. You know,
it's that emotion side.
Yeah,
of things.
And that's. I mean, I don't get involved in this. Oh, that's not strictly blues because what is? You know. Like,
no, and I think it's very difficult now. There's so many different genres. Yeah. Some of them I don't fucking understand.
Yeah.
There's so many oxymorons out there. Metalcore. I kind of go.
Hey, don't get me. You know.
Do you know what I mean? I just don't. I don't understand it, and I don't understand how they get the feel because it's metal music.
Yeah.
And then they say new metal music. It's kind of like, hang on, it's still metal music. Why do we have to have these genres everywhere?
It's marketing, isn't it? It's the people that try and sell them that have to pigeonhole everything, you know, because they need to tell someone what it is, or they won't have any interest in it. You know,
because it's certain.
But it is splitting the whole thing right up into these massive compartments, you know, and it's like, well, what is it anymore? You know, the lines have been blurred and crossed for so many years. Just call it rock music.
Exactly.
I'm done with it.
As I say, if it's good music, it's good music.
Exactly. And each to their own. Like, you know, if you like it, you like it. You know?
Yeah, because not everyone's going to like it. No. And you've got the traditionalists who think you shouldn't tamper with.
Yeah. The blues police, as I like to call them.
Well,
you know,
the irony in there. Let's not go down that political route. That might get me shot. But as you say, it's true. No matter which way you go, no matter how you play it, how you play the blues, how you play prog, whatever, however you do it, you play it because that's the way you feel. That's the way you want to do it.
Yeah.
Someone out there will always be, that's not traditional.
Of course,
that's not the way it is.
Yeah.
The prime example was that when I interviewed Arthur Brown. We had such a good discussion over the roots of blues, progressive music. He even brought my attention to bands that I didn't even consider to be prog bands.
Okay, yeah.
Because when I was growing up, it was always rock bands.
Yeah.
It was never this.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like when he mentioned like Queen.
Yeah.
And he said they were a very progressive band.
Of course they were, yeah.
And I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
But he opened my eyes to it. So then when I go back, because I used to love Queen.
Yeah.
I used to go, shit.
Yeah.
I can see it now.
Yeah.
But that's like anything as a kid. Anything's possible. The world's your oyster.
Exactly.
But then as you get older, different people tell you different things, and that's what blurs it and spoils it.
Well, the thing with bands like Queen, you know, I don't know much about the prog scene, you know, but like you say, to me, Queen, what defines prog? You know, you come into that as well. Does it just simply mean that it was progressive music because it was a little bit experimental? Well, Queen broke a whole lot of molds, didn't it? You know,
and I think that's why, specifically with that interview, it opened my mind to music generally.
Yeah.
Because bands I loved, grew up with, it made me realise, hang on, I do like prog music.
Yeah.
I do like different forms.
Yeah.
I'm not just kind of into heavy metal or hard rock.
Yeah.
And I think this is why I do this.
Yeah.
This is why I do this. I get to know the people. When you get to know the people, you get to understand the backgrounds, you get to understand influences, where they're coming from.
Yeah. So then you'll get turned on to other things as well that you didn't know about.
Because, again, it's just, my mind's been open. I've only been doing this a year, and the way my mind's been open to it, I can actually listen to a band and I can pick out what influenced them as individual musicians. You can hear it.
Yeah.
You can just, it's there.
Of course,
it's like a slap in the frigging face when you realise, isn't it?
But that's a good thing, you know. There's influence and there's people blatantly ripping off, you know. And I hope I come out as a kind of I can hear that influence in there. Yeah. You know, that sounds a bit like that, but I can't quite put my finger on it, you know. And that's all these influences coming in.
And I think that's why when the media, as myself, comes into it by saying I might not like it, but I can hear this influence. Yeah. So if you like this band, you'll like it. Yeah. Because one other issue is people will go, don't like it, end of story. Yeah. You don't go, I've got a friend who likes that sort of music. Yeah. It's just a case of, I don't like it.
Well, you also get a lot of, blues, I don't like blues. Prog, I don't like prog. Yeah. Because they'll think of the most extreme version of that genre of music, and they might just not like that. But then they don't think that, but you know what, within that, there's a spectrum that's enormous. You know, like you say, you've got Yes, and you've got Queen, you know, and you know, and it's
Yeah, and then you've got everything.
And then you've got blues, you've got, B.B. King, Bloody Guy, Muddy Waters and all that stuff. And you've got Joe Bonamassa today, who's crossed that line, and he's linking those two worlds, the rock world, the prog world. He's doing all that experimental stuff when he goes off on his other stuff. So it's all good. If it all can interlaces for me, then all the better. Because you pick something like this festival is absolutely perfect. I mean, you're getting 3 different kinds of music, and fans of all those might never have watched a blues band before because they think it's something else.
Yeah, and you've hit it on the head. I think it's, especially here, it's a discerning crowd that will want to see a variety of different bands play a variety of different music.
And it might just turn them on to something that they didn't know was there, and then all of a sudden you've got a new fan for that kind of music.
Exactly. So what's next in the pipeline for you? Because like you say, you've done a few dates for this UK tour.
We have 12 dates in this tour. So after tonight, back across your neck of the woods over towards Macclesfield tomorrow night. And then
so basically you're following us back over.
We're going back across, And then next week we head back down south, and we're all over. We finish up in Scotland on the last run of the dates. And then it's some festivals during the year, and then it'll be working on an album for this project,
Right.
So I have an album that I did in Austin a few years ago, but I went out there, did a whole album of original songs, got some great Austin musicians on it and stuff, and half of it's kind of acoustic-y with a band, and some of it rocks out.
Right.
But with these guys I'm playing with now, I'm just rock the thing out, and it really works. But it's time for a new album, so brand new songs in the set. We'll work them out on a live environment, make sure they work, stretch them a bit here, and then we'll get in a studio and lay them down, And that's the plan for this year, to get an album out for early next year and do some more touring. So it's tour at the moment, just to get the name out.
It has to be.
Yeah.
It's
the way of the world.
Well, this is it. It's an absolute pleasure talking to you, Steve.
Likewise.
And hopefully we'll catch up later this year.
Yeah, man.